Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Larry with Packmasters Dog Training. Another question we'll answer today, and it's a question about neutering your male dogs. Where do I start? I'm asked if I neuter my dogs. I used to neuter all my dogs. Then when they started getting sick at an early age, and my first Rottweiler died at 6 years old of bone cancer, I started educating myself. And that's what I do. When I'm interested in something, I educate myself and I research like a absolute lunatic. And so no, I no longer neuter my dogs. Then people want to know, well, how do you stop them from fighting? Who's the dominant dog? Do they mark in the house? Oh, Lord, absolutely not. All that stuff is a myth. Okay, I have 3 dogs right now. 3 males. None of them are neutered. They all have their balls, and they all have big, beautiful, hairy balls. And everyone's very happy and living in harmony, no fighting. Okay? Pretty simple. I have my balls. I don't walk around picking fights and peeing on everything I see. Although sometimes I do get the urge. I'm not sure if it's because I'm not neutered or if I just have these weird thoughts going on in my head. But seriously, all kidding aside, guys. Yes, our shelters are filled with dogs. All the humane societies are filled with dogs. It's not because of a lack of spaying and neutering. It's because of a lack of responsible people. That's the problem. We live in a society today where no one wants to take responsibility for anything. All right? My dogs are never left to roam free. My dogs have never impregnated a female dog. Never. I've never lost one of my dogs. My dogs don't disappear for 30 minutes or an hour at a time. That's absolutely insane. So do me a favor. You want to help the pet population? If you're not going to keep your dog inside or in a safe, contained area, don't get a dog. It has nothing to do with chopping their balls off. It has everything to do with you being a lazy, irresponsible asshole. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's not sugarcoat this shit here. Okay, people really suck. Now, there are folks that have no choice but to give their dogs up. I understand that, and I feel for those people. It's going to happen. Everyone goes through bad situations. Those are not the people that I'm talking about here. But when you get a dog and you're calling me because your dog is 7 months old and he's peeing in the house or he's chewing things, guess what? He's a freaking puppy. That's why you have to educate yourself on how to deal with a 7-month-old dog. You understand what I'm saying? Question I've been asked for years, because I've always had big, powerful dogs and all males. Who's the dominant dog? There is no dominant dog. If you have a dominant dog inside your little pack, there's a problem, okay? All the dogs are equal, okay? I'm in charge. My wife's in charge. I became from Massachusetts there for a second. Renzo's in charge. Sophia's in charge. Okay, this stuff's important, guys. It's why my kids can handle the dogs. If my German Shepherd is laying in the doorway of the kitchen, Renzo at 2 years old wasn't allowed to step over him. He knew it too. He had to make the dog move. That's his space. You understand what I'm saying? Very, very important. And my dogs are not neutered. You know what the funny thing is? All the behavioral problems I deal with, especially the aggression cases, the dogs are always neutered. They're all neutered, but yet they're friggin' savages and dog aggressive and reactive. Creates a lot of problems. So to answer your question about neutering, no, I don't neuter my dogs. They don't pee in the house because they're house trained. So just because they have their testicles doesn't mean they're allowed to pee on everything. Okay? Plain and simple. If you allow them to, then it's going to happen. Another issue, you guys that have issues, aggression issues, behavioral issues, neutering your dog's not going to fix it, okay? If you plan on neutering your dog, well, then you better fix the problem first. And if you're going to neuter your dog, please wait till they're developed. You have to wait till they're developed if you're going to do it. I don't do it. I don't recommend people do neuter their dogs, but that's just me. If you're going to do it, don't do it at 6 months old. Let the dog fully develop. Something I don't think I ever talked about. When we were looking for a new Rottweiler, when we got Bruno, I found a Rottweiler in Indiana. He was at a Humane Society in Indiana. He was a 12-week-old puppy. Beautiful little puppy. I called him. I said, I'm going to come and take that dog. I'll take him. They said, okay, great. Let us know when you're coming. We're going to go ahead and neuter him. I said, he's 12 weeks old. They said, yeah, we're not allowed to release him without neutering. 12 fucking years old, weeks old, 12 weeks old, they were going to neuter this dog. I said, no, I'm not going to neuter him at 12 weeks old. I said, I'll sign a contract, I'll neuter him at 1.5 years old, but I'm not going to take a 12-week-old puppy. You know, it's basically a death sentence for a dog. Do you know they wouldn't release that dog to me? I'm grateful that they didn't, because that brought Bruno into my life. And Bruno led the greatest life that any dog can ever lead. And that poor little puppy missed out on that because a shelter wanted to neuter him at 12 weeks old. Okay? Not acceptable, guys. If you're going to neuter your dog, at least let them develop. You're going to create a lot of issues if you don't. So to get back to the questions, my dogs don't fight. I've never had a dog fight in my house or outside with any of my dogs, ever. All males, not neutered, they don't fight. They're as happy as could be. When they run, their balls jiggle in the breeze. It's like, oh, look at me. No, my balls are bigger. It's not an issue. Not an issue, okay, guys? They don't mark things in the house. They don't have behavioral problems because of it. None of my dogs are dominant, as you say. All this talk about that. No, we raise our dogs properly. No one ever asks, hey, which one of your kids is dominant? Guess what? Neither one of them are. They're not allowed to be. We all live together in peace and harmony. You understand what I'm saying? So, I hope this starts your day off all right. This all goes back to one thing, guys. Irresponsible people that don't want to take responsibility for their actions. That's why shelters are overpopulated with dogs. Not because dogs are not spayed or neutered, okay? And you guys know I love my people at the Humane Society. Lord knows I'll work with any Humane Society anytime, and I don't charge for that. I respect all you folks a lot, and you got a lot of good people working there. But if we focused on training the dogs you have, and educating the people that want to adopt them, that's going to clear space in your humane societies, okay? That's what's going to do it. Education. Peace out, folks.